Take a slow, easy breath in and let it drift out again, unhurried. Allow your shoulders to soften, your jaw to loosen, your hands to rest wherever they've landed. There is nowhere else you need to be, nothing you need to solve, just this moment and the quiet space around you. Imagine the air is cool but kind, like evening just after sunset. A faint breeze brushes your skin, carrying the scent of stone, grass, and distant wood smoke. With every breath, your body grows heavier and your thoughts grow lighter. If your mind wanders, that's perfectly all right. Let it wander the way clouds drift, slowly, lazily, finding their own shape in the sky. And when you're ready, when you feel just a little calmer, just a little more settled, our story today begins high above the world, where the air is thin and the night listens carefully. Our story today begins above the clouds, in a stone bell tower that rises from a medieval town like a quiet guardian. The tower has stood for centuries. Its stones are pale and worn smooth by wind and rain, and if you were to touch them, they would feel cool, steady, and patient, as though they have all the time in the world. Inside this tower lives the bell ringer. He is not a knight, nor a king, nor a hero sung loudly in taverns. He is simply a man who knows the language of bells. Tonight, he is wrapped in thick wool blankets, their fibers rough but comforting, their warmth earned through many winters. He rests on a narrow wooden cot just beneath the great bell itself, where moonlight spills in through an arched opening, painting silver shapes on the floor. The bell hangs above him, vast, dark, and calm. It does not rush. It never rushes. Outside, the town below has already slipped into first sleep, a way of resting once common in the medieval world. People lie down shortly after dusk, sleeping deeply for a few hours, before waking again near midnight for prayer, quiet work, or reflection. The bell knows this rhythm well. It marks the night, not to hurry anyone, but to reassure them that time is moving exactly as it should. The bell ringer's eyes are closed now. His breathing is slow, rising and falling in time with the tower's gentle creaks. Listen closely. You can almost hear the sound of wind slipping through the stone arches, a low whispering sigh. The bell ringers dream lightly, the kind of dream that floats near waking. In his dream he is younger, learning the ropes for the first time, his hands small against the thick braided cord. He remembers how his teacher once said, "Do not pull the bell, invite it." And so, even in his sleep, his body remembers restraint, gentleness, trust. Below the tower, the village breathes as one. Hearth fires crackle softly, their embers glowing like resting eyes. Dogs curl tighter near doorways. A horse shifts in its stall, hooves rustling straw with a sleepy sigh. Somewhere, leaves stir in an orchard, brushing against one another in the dark. Everything is quiet, but it is not empty. It is full, full of rest, full of waiting, full of night. The bell ringer lies back down on his cot. the wood creaking softly beneath his weight. Above him, the bell rests again in silence, its work done for now. He pulls the wool blanket up to his chest and exhales slowly, as if releasing the last thread of wakefulness. This is the space he knows best, the quiet hour between sleeps. In medieval times, this middle stretch of night was not feared or hurried away. It was expected, welcomed, almost treasured. People would wake naturally, tend a small fire, murmur a prayer, or simply sit with their thoughts before allowing themselves to drift back into rest. The bell ringer has always liked this hour most. It feels wider than the others, as though time itself loosens its grip. He listens again to the tower. Stone settles, wood contracts in the cool air. Somewhere far below, a shutter taps once against a wall, then grows still. The bell ringer's breathing deepens. In his half-dreaming mind, the tower begins to change. The narrow walls seem to soften, stretching outward into open sky. The arched window grows wider until there is nothing but night air and a sea of clouds below him. He is no longer lying on a cot. He is floating, gently, safely, as though the tower itself has lifted and joined the sky. The clouds beneath him glow faintly, lit by moonlight filtering through their folds. They move slowly, like great sleeping animals, rising and falling in a rhythm older than bells. The bell ringer feels no fear, only calm curiosity. He has always believed, as many did in his time, that the night was alive, that it listened as much as it spoke. He imagines the bells as its voice, low and patient, marking not just hours, but reassurance. Below the clouds, the village stirs faintly. A candle is lit somewhere, its flame trembling before steadying. A woman rises to check on a child, tucking a blanket back around small shoulders. A man steps outside briefly, looking up at the stars, before returning indoors. All of them trust the bell. They do not check clocks, there are none for them. They do not count minutes, they listen. The bell ringer knows this, even as sleep pulls him deeper. In his drifting mind, he rises once more, moving through the tower with ease. His feet do not touch the floor now. He glides past the rope, past the stone walls, until he is standing beside the bell itself. Up close, the bell is immense. Its surface is etched with age, tiny scratches, soft dents, marks left by centuries of sound. He places his hand against it. It is cool, solid, real. The bell does not vibrate. It does not need to. Its presence alone is enough. The bell ringer feels something settle inside him, a sense of belonging, of having a place in the quiet order of things. In medieval life, roles like his were humble, often overlooked. But without the bell, the village would drift, unsure when to wake, when to pray, when to rest. The bell ringer smiles softly in his dream, content with his unseen importance. And perhaps, as you listen now, you can feel that same quiet permission, that you do not need to be loud or busy or noticed to matter. Simply being is enough. The clouds continue their slow journey. They part slightly, revealing a scattering of stars. Each one glows gently, not competing, not rushing, just existing in its own space. The bell ringer feels his body growing heavier again, as though gravity is returning, guiding him back toward rest. He lets it happen. There is no resistance. He drifts downward through the soft layers of cloud, back into the tower, back onto the cot, back beneath the bell. The wool blanket settles around him, warm and familiar. Outside, the wind brushes the tower once more, like a hand smoothing hair. Somewhere in the distance, an owl calls, low, steady, unhurried. This is the soundscape of second sleep approaching. Soon the bell will ring again, marking the next hour, guiding the village gently onward. But for now, there is nothing to do, nothing to listen for, nothing to hold on to. Just this calm, this steady breathing, this sense of floating between moments. And as the bell ringer sinks deeper into rest, you may notice your own body following, muscles loosening, thoughts thinning, awareness softening at the edges. That's right. Let the night carry you.
The bell ringer's breath slows further. Each inhale barely lifting his chest, each exhale sinking him deeper into the wooden cot. This is second sleep, the deeper, longer rest that follows the quiet waking hour. In medieval nights, this was the sleep of dreams that linger, of bodies truly restoring themselves. The tower seems to know this. Its stones hold the warmth of the day, releasing it slowly into the night air. The bell hangs motionless, a patient guardian, content to wait. Time stretches. And in this stretched, softened time, the bell ringer's dreams grow gentler still. He dreams now of the tower long ago, when it was newly built, its stones sharp-edged and pale. He sees masons shaping each block by hand, working not for speed, but for endurance. They believed, as many did, that buildings could hold intention, that care placed into stone would remain there, quietly, for generations. Perhaps that is why the tower feels so calm. In the dream, the bell has not yet been raised. It rests on the ground, surrounded by villagers, children watching with wide eyes, elders murmuring prayers. Bells were expensive, precious things. They were baptized like people, given names, believed to ward off storms and ill fortune. The bell ringer, younger now, stands among them, hands clasped, heart steady. He feels, even then, that this bell will become his companion. The dream shifts again, as dreams do, smoothly, without edges. Now the bell is in place, and the tower is complete. The village gathers below as the bell rings for the first time. The sound rolls outward, strong and sure, and the people smile, not because it is loud, but because it is reliable. Reliability was comfort in uncertain times. Back in the present, the bell ringer stirs slightly, his fingers curling into the blanket. His face remains peaceful. Outside, the night continues its slow turning. Clouds thin, revealing more stars. The moon drifts higher, its light paler now, cooler. Somewhere far away, a rooster shifts in sleep, not yet ready to call. The village remains wrapped in stillness. Second sleep deepens. The bell ringer's dream grows simpler, less images, more feeling. He senses the tower breathing with him, stone expanding and contracting, wood sighing softly. He is not alone here. He never has been. And you, listening, may notice the same thing, that sense of being held by the space around you. The surface beneath you supports your weight. The air touches your skin gently. Nothing asks anything of you. Just rest. In the tower, the bell ringer's breathing becomes almost imperceptible.
This is the deepest point of the night. The hour before dawn begins its slow approach. In medieval belief, this was a sacred time, a threshold. The world was thought to be most open now, most honest. The bell ringer's tomb reflects this openness. He dreams of standing once more above the clouds, but now the sky is lighter, the darkness thinning to blue. The clouds glow faintly pink and silver, as though lit from within. The bell floats beside him, not hanging, not heavy, just present. He does not ring it. There is no need. The bell already knows what comes next. And slowly, so slowly, it almost feels like nothing at all, the first suggestion of morning begins. Not light, not yet, just a soft shift. Birds far away begin to stir. The air cools one last time before warming again. The bell ringer's dream fades, not abruptly, but like mist thinning in sunlight. He remains asleep, deeply, peacefully. The bell waits. It will ring again soon, calling the village toward waking, toward bread baking, doors opening, footsteps on stone. But for now, this moment belongs entirely to rest. And you may find that your own thoughts have grown quieter, your body heavier, your breathing slower and smoother. That is exactly right. There is no rush toward morning. It will arrive on its own. For now, you float, supported by the night, held by quiet, wrapped in the same steady calm that fills the tower above the clouds.
The bell ringer sleeps on, unaware of how close morning has drawn. This is the kind of sleep that feels like sinking into warm earth, secure, anchored, undisturbed. Above him, the bell remains perfectly still. It has no impatience. It has rung through countless nights like this one, and it knows that every ending is also a beginning, arriving gently in its own time. The sky outside the tower begins its quiet transformation. Dark blue softens into indigo. Indigo thins toward gray. The stars dim one by one, not vanishing, just resting somewhere beyond sight. A breeze slips through the tower's open arch, cool and clean, carrying the faint scent of dew. It brushes the bell ringer's face, and he stirs, not waking, just shifting slightly, as though acknowledging the coming day. Far below, the village breathes differently now. A fire is coaxed back to life in one hearth. Someone turns in bed, draws a blanket closer. A baker dreams of dough rising. The medieval world wakes slowly. There are no alarms here, no sudden demands, only signs, only sounds, only the bell. The bell ringer's eyes flutter open at last, just a little, enough to see the sky lightening beyond the stone frame. He does not feel groggy. Second sleep has done its work. His body feels restored, his thoughts clear and unhurried. He sits up, stretching carefully, bones moving with soft familiarity. The wooden cot creaks quietly, as if greeting him good morning. He wraps his cloak around himself and stands. This time, the cold stone beneath his feet feels different, no longer grounding him into night, but welcoming him into day. He approaches the rope once more. This ringing will be different, not solemn, not deep with darkness. This bell will announce morning. In medieval villages, this sound meant permission, permission to rise, to bake bread, to open shutters, to step into life again. The bell ringer places his hands on the rope and pauses. He always pauses.
because he knows that the space before sound is just as important as the sound itself. Take a moment here, too, as you listen. Notice how still everything feels, how supported your body is, how easy your breathing has become. There is no urgency now. When the bell ringer pulls the rope, it is with gentle certainty. The bell answers. Its tone is bright, clear, steady. It flows across the waking village, rolling over rooftops, through open windows, along narrow streets. People stir. Smiles form half asleep. Another day has arrived, and it has arrived kindly. The bell's echo fades into bird song. Sparrows begin their chatter. A dove coos softly from a beam. Somewhere a rooster finally calls, not sharp, but proud. The bell ringer lets the rope settle. His task is complete. He steps back and looks out from the tower, watching the light spill slowly across the land. Fields glow pale gold. The clouds drift lower now, no longer beneath him, but moving gently away. The tower feels less like it's floating and more like it's rooted, solid, present, exactly where it belongs. The bell ringer exhales, long and easy. Another night held, another morning begun. He will rest again later, perhaps nap briefly after sunrise, as many did in his time. Sleep was not confined to a single stretch. It flowed where it was needed. And now, so can you. There is nothing more you need to listen for, no more images to hold, just the feeling of having been gently carried from night into light, without effort, without strain. If sleep has already claimed you, this story will simply fade with you, like the bell's echo dissolving into air. And if you are hovering at the edge between waking and dreaming, that is perfectly fine too. You are safe there, supported, held by the same calm rhythm that guided the bell ringer through first sleep, through second sleep, and into dawn. Let your breathing remain slow. Let your body remain heavy. The night has done its work. And now, without needing to think another thought, you can rest deeply, peacefully, as the quiet continues on its own. Good night.